So this is the part 2 of the competitor research. In the first part, we covered 3 critical areas. And before I tell you exactly what we are doing, you must be wondering what exactly is this. So this is a DRS framework which tells you how you can make multi-million revenue online. So in the part 1, we did discovery where we talked about 3 golden W's, what, who and why, which tells how you can sell your product and service at 10x the price. Then we talked about research where we did the market research. We talked about pest analysis in the 5C framework. We also did user research because this is very important. Like if you understand your users and you build user persona, then you must go further doing the competitor research in the rest of the part. And the best part, we have put the whole process into a free research workbook with checklist templates and real examples that you can follow step by step. Right? So in the part 1, we talked about landscape, where your competitors show up and where they don't. Then we talked about authority, what gives them trust and rankings and why you lack these. Then we talked about messaging, which hooks and angles pull their audience away from you to them. If you haven't seen that yet, go check it out first and it'll give you a full context of what comes next. Because in this part, we are digging into how actually you turn their attention into action. Now, let's talk about the funnel. So, how visitors become customers, right? So, in this funnel, we are going to talk about how visitors become customers and where potential leads drop off. Then we are going to talk about design, how the site inspires confidence and creates friction for the buyers. Then we are going to talk about offerings, how value is presented, risks are reduced, and saying yes feels easy. So let's break it down and see what you can take away and apply immediately. So let's start with the funnel. So in content messaging, in the previous video, we talked about what they say. But funnel is about how they convert someone from first click to becoming a paying customer. For UK property investment client, we signed up for every major competitor's lead magnet and email series. So first here comes your lead capture. In this, you need to see how easy is their first form. So many asked for detailed financial info too soon and scared people off. Then you need to see how do they nurture. Here you need to see how fast do they follow up. So we time the gap between the first download and the first phone call and check whether emails educated investors or jump straight into sales push. Now comes the purchase flow. Here you need to see how many clicks does it take to book the call, and where do guarantees and review or trust appears, if they appear at all or not. Then you need to see the post-purchase flow. So do they really request reviews, referrals, or repeat investment, or does contacts stop at the payment? So in most industries, you can test this yourself by buying the low ticket product. So this could be a product or a service, or what exactly is their low ticket offer. So to experience the full post-purchase flow, seeing how they handle follow-up, onboarding, and retention. But in the sectors like property investment, that's not always possible, which makes competitor observation and the client feedback even more important for spotting the gaps. So here is something you need to ask yourself. How many prospects are quietly dropping out of your funnel because of delays or missing proof? And another, if you followed your own buying journey as a customer, would you feel guided or left guessing? Using those competitor insights, we've rebuilt our entire client funnel. A multi-step lead form, instant personalized follow-up, and educational email sequences that warmed investors before first call and cut lead to call time in half. They started calling those investors during the weekend, those who did not reply during the weekday. That jumped the revenue by 27%. For your own research, click competitor ads, fill up their lead magnets, and get into their sales funnel. Follow their social links, sign up for freebies, and document every touch point. So if it's a rival competitor, can you place your employee in their organization, right? So that's what countries do as well. They have undercover agents and they go on to the different countries to spy on the different countries. So you need to apply that in your organization as well. If your rival is too big, can you do that? So run a quick SWOT analysis as well. So this is strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats for a full picture of where prospects leak out. Later in the step 3 of the DRS, we'll show you exactly how to do it. Bottom line, while your content and messaging focus on what to say and share, funnel research focuses on how to move buyers smoothly from interest to signed deals. Spot every delay, gap, and point of friction, then design a path that's faster, clearer, and more confidence building than anything your competitor offer. So this brings us to the next step. Here is design. So see, a strong design is not just about the looks, it's about trust, clarity, and conversion. So if a competitor website or landing page feels clunky, slow, and dated, buyers hesitate even if the offer is great. That hesitation is your opportunity. So I get it. Sometimes an ugly looking landing page with great copy can still convert. But remember, the first impression matters. If your design looks sloppy or outdated, most visitors won't even stay long enough to read the great copy. That's why you should focus on combining solid design with a strong offer and message. That's how you truly outshine your competition. So let's look at this in practice, and I'll show you how we did this competitor organic research for this property investment client. So we reviewed the top 7 organic competitors, as you can see here, and we have placed down the respective screenshots. So we analyzed how their design impacts the entire user experience, from layout flow, readability to form placement and conversion triggers. So here you can see for RW Invest, we have placed down a couple of their forms which were ranking pretty high for property investment particular keyword. Right, so we mapped down exactly what are their lead magnets, what content they are posting, and what is the information architecture of their entire organic page. Right, so similarly we have done it for Track Capital, and this we always had open whenever content writer was writing content for this specific client of ours. Right, so these examples reveal exactly what's working, what's not, and how you can stand out with a design that's clear, consistent, and credible. Now let's take a look at this document which I'm going to show you now. So it highlights the design inspiration and the insights we gathered by analyzing these competitors who are into property investment niche. And we notice they all circle around a similar set of sections like calculators, tools, hero banners, feature projects, services overviews, location highlights, portfolio, and why chooses block, and so on. So here what we did is we just put down all those inspiration based on this learning. And as you can see here, we have put down some inspiration for calculators that we build later, and we have shown you in the previous videos. And then what sort of banner, like the client should have for this specific website. Shall we put some sort of a search on the home page or a simple banner? So we have put down all the inspiration, so you can see these can act as a mood board as well, and this helps us understanding what exactly might work for this particular business, right? So the difference isn't in the section themselves, it's in the execution. So how clearly do these calculator works, and how persuasively why choosers build trust? Whether reviews and stats sit right next to CTA, or even page speed, because a single second delay can cut conversions. So think of Tesla. Their site stripe away clutter and leads with a single bold CTA like order now. So the minimalistic design perfectly reflects their brand promise of innovation and focus, and it removes friction so buyers act fast. And when you are reviewing your competitor, here are key checks to benchmark against. So let's start with number 1. You need to see the first impression and the brand fit. And here, start with the clarity and the visual identity. Does the home page instantly communicates who they are and what they do? Then you need to see the emotional impact that they are making with their design and even the copy, right? So how does it makes a visitor feel within the first 5 seconds once they land on the website? And then you need to see the differentiation, which we also call the unique selling point. So do they look distinct or blend into the market? So here you need to run this 5-second test. Ask people what they think the company does. If they can't tell, the above the fold section is weak. Then comes your second, which is navigation and structure. So can user reach pricing, services or contact within 2 clicks or less? And is menu logical, consistent on mobile and desktop? Does navigation always stay visible when your users scroll? The tip here is you need to map the user flows and test how quickly the key action can be completed. Now third is your lead generation and the conversion drivers. So here you need to see their lead magnets. So are there checklists, calculators or guides offered early, not hidden in the footer? And also check out their forms. How many fields do they have? Do they use progressive steps or autofill? Also, you need to check their CTAs. Are button clear, action oriented and repeated at key points? Then look for the trust cues. You need to see the reviews, the logos and stats. Are they placed right where user decide? So the tip here, you need to take the screenshots of all the competitors, their CTAs and audit their visibility. See their contrast, copy, strength like we did above for the real estate client. Now the fourth thing that you need to check is their speed and the technical health. Do pages load under 3 seconds or not? Are layouts responsive across devices? Are accessibility standards like contracts, alt text, ARI labels, do they meet? So tip here is to run Google Lighthouse and the page speed insight and check their core web vitals. Now fifth is the interaction and behavior. So do buttons respond immediately? Also you need to check their hover effects and the animations that they are using on their website. So are these enhancing clarity or causing distraction? So where do user pause, scroll, or you need to see the rage clicks? So the pro tip here, you can use Hotjar. Definitely you not be able to use it on the competitor side, but here you can see it exactly on your website what exactly is happening. So you can check heat map, session recordings. So we use it ourselves and it's been the real game changer for all of our clients. It shows exactly where visitor drop off, so you can smooth the journey with small tweaks like hover effects on instant form validation that keep people moving forward. Once we know how their designs are, the next step is to examine how competitors finally package their value, and that is their pricing and the offering. So we are going to talk about this now. So in this offering, we are going to talk about the pricing, positioning, and the offerings. So this is where the deal is truly won or lost. So ask yourself, are competitors winning because their pricing is lower, or is their offering is safer and more valuable? So you need to see exactly what is happening. So look, in the markets like UK, this is especially true. People put a big premium on trust and reliability. So if a brand feels established and dependable, customers often stay with it, even if it's not cheapest or the flashiest option. So the sense of safety builds loyalty, and it's something price alone can't buy. So of course, if a brand keeps failing on service, people move on. And when you are known for this reliability, customers are naturally more forgiving. That same principle applies everywhere. People buy from brands that they feel safe investing in. So when you look at competitors, don't just study their pricing, study how they reduce risk. So look, customer don't only compare the features, they compare trust, clarity, and confidence in the results that you are giving to them. So for a property investment client, we map every major competitors, both paid and organic offers. So in this Miro, you will see exactly the boards that you see on the screen right now. So we just have put down all AdWord and organic competitors here. We have shown you in the previous videos as well. So if you're new, I'll just simply scroll and show you exactly how we have mapped each and every competitor here, right? And now what are the AdWord competitors and what are the organic competitors? And you need to put down exactly what exactly they are doing, right? With various cards, and put down the screenshot, what exactly is their positioning, pricing, and everything. So we compared packages, guarantees, and ROI promise and urgency tactics side by side, right? And once we had this clarity, we worked with the client to design their own positioning board. So you are going to see this Venn diagram, right, where we have put down this positioning. So here what we have done is we have put down the all common main important factors of the organic competitors, and you can see what exactly the AdWord competitors are doing. So we have used this place when we were telling you about the positioning with 3 circles. So this is exactly in practice how it looks like, right? So if you're new, right, I mean, this is the space where if your competitor is offering something which you are not offering, then you are in trouble. And this is your strategic positioning. And if you are and your competitor is offering the same service, then there is nothing new. You have to put down something different, which is something which would be your unique differentiation and the USP, right? So it showed how their offers overlapped with the rivals and also stood apart. We highlighted the unique deals, investor education angles, and the risk-free guarantees no competitor had combined before. So this positioning works turned raw research into blueprint for action. And it gave the client confidence to launch a stronger offer with measurable guarantees, clear outcome, and flexible entry point. Things none of their rivals were doing. So now you need to think how you can apply same playbook in your own strategy. So now, and if you are having trouble thinking, like, don't worry, we are going to talk about in the step 3 of the DRS framework when we talk about strategy, how you can build this positioning, and we are going to give all the frameworks to build strategy. But let's move further as we are into the research phase and wrapping up the competitor research. So moving further, we are going to talk about the price, visibility, and the structure. So make sure your pricing is transparent, because transparent pricing builds trust and speed up decisions. So if everyone hides their pricing and you show yours, so this helps you instantly stand out. Connect pricing tiers to the outcome and not just the features. Like launch plan, go live in 30 days. And look for gaps in the market. Most competitors miss a solid mid-tier bridge offer between low and high package. That often is a huge opportunity. Now let's talk about the offer composition and framing. So strong offers aren't made on the fly, they are engineered. See how competitors stack values. Do they add bonuses, guarantees, or any bundle services? Notice if anyone using performance-based pricing pay only when X is achieved. So check flexibility, modular, or a la carte options often signal confidence and premium positioning. So we'll talk more about this in the step 3 when we talk about strategy. Let's move further and talk about the risk reduction and the guarantees. So when offer looks similar, the safer one looks more appealing. List every way competitor reduce risk? Is it via free trials or any pilot projects, or check their refund windows, or any cancel anytime models? Then look at their guarantees. Are they vague like satisfaction guaranteed, or specific like get X results in 30 days or your money back? So if you can shift risk away from your buyer, you can instantly build more trust. Now let's talk about the value proposition beyond the price. Look, the best competitors, they don't sell price. They sell transformation. They make the price feel irrelevant by focusing on result, speed, and certainty. So instead of saying save 10%, say generate ROI in 60 days. You back it up with data, testimonials, or case studies, and reframe this price or cost as investment. You need to show the lifetime ROI and any risk-free entry or implementation included. Now the last point here is mapping your competitors' positioning visually. So seeing offers side by side changes everything. So as you have seen, we have used Miro Figma to plot competitors on a simple chart like price versus value and features versus risk reduction. So you'll quickly see these overlaps here. Then find the white space, that's your opportunity zone. Maybe no one combining education with guarantees. So if that's where you can dominate, you can turn this into a pricing and positioning audit. Score each competitors on pricing, offers, guarantees, and value. Right? And then highlight the white space opportunities. That's how you stop guessing, outthink competitors, and create offers that feels like obvious yes. So the takeaway here is competitor research isn't chasing rivals. It's understanding them and using it to win. It's to spot what they miss and turn those blind spots into winning possibilities for you. Where competitors chase keyword volumes, you focus on intent, real buyer phrases, and AI visibility. So where the competitor chase keyword volumes, you focus on intent, real buyer phrases, and AI visibility. We have talked about this in the part 1 of the video. So if you have not checked it out, make sure you check that. And where their authority is weak, you build stronger backlinks and credibility signals. And where their content is generic, you share proof-driven stories that stand out. And where their funnel drop leads, you design faster trust building path to purchase. And where their design is outdated, you create a clean mobile friendly sites that moves people to action. And where their offering or pricing is unclear, you present transparent offers with strong guarantees and making yes an easy decision. So those gaps are where you create value that they can't match. And before you go, download the free research handbook. Link is in the description. It's packed with checklist templates that turn these insights into clear growth plan you can start applying to your business right away. And with that, we wrap up the entire research stage of DRS framework. Next, in the strategy phase, where we'll convert everything you have learned into website and marketing engine built to reach your first million and even beyond to multi-million revenue. Next in strategy, where we will convert everything you have learned so far into a website and marketing engine built to reach your first million and even beyond multi-million in revenue. So if this video helped, tap like, comment below, and subscribe so you don't miss the next phase, which is strategy. See you there. Till then, enjoy life.